Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the world of celebrities who have landed themselves behind bars. Once protected by fame and fortune, these stars are now facing the harsh reality of their actions. From minor missteps to major scandals, let's take a look at who's doing time and why. Jerry Harris was not just an exceptional cheerleader from Navarro College. He was the heart and soul of Cheer, the 2020 Netflix documentary series that catapulted him from obscurity to global stardom. With his warm personality, rare sincerity, and mat talk moments that melted hearts worldwide, Jerry quickly became a sought-after figure. He graced the Ellen DeGeneres show, strutted down the 2020 Oscars red carpet, and was hailed as a role model for a generation, a beacon of inspiration who transcended all limits. Yet behind the dazzling glow of fame lurked a dark tale no one could have foreseen. Jerry Harris, once celebrated as an angel, transformed into a demon in the public's eyes when a horrifying truth came to light. In September 2020, Jerry's world came crashing down as the FBI knocked on his door, arresting him on charges of producing child pornography, a crime that left the world reeling. Hidden beneath that friendly smile was a web of depravity. Jerry was accused of exploiting his fame to prey on and entice teenagers, some as young as 13. Through Snapchat and other social media platforms, he allegedly demanded explicit photos and videos, while in real life, he faced accusations of inappropriate conduct with minors at cheerleading events. When confronted by the FBI, Jerry bowed his head in admission. He confessed to contacting numerous victims, from manipulative messages to acts that crossed every moral line. The public could hardly believe it. The young man who once inspired millions had been unmasked as a predator, betraying the trust of countless fans and the teammates who saw him as family. In February 2022, Jerry Harris pleaded guilty in court to two grave charges: enticing minors online and engaging in sexual acts with a 15-year-old. By July that year, he was sentenced to 12 years in prison, followed by 8 years of supervised release, a heavy punishment that still couldn't erase the victim's pain. The judge didn't hold back, condemning Jerry for turning his cheer fame into a tool to hunt vulnerable souls, shattering his own dreams and those of everyone who once believed in him. Behind bars, he now carries the weight of disgrace, ordered to compensate his victims, register as a sex offender, and live forever under society's scornful gaze. Once a shining star, Jerry is now a mere shadow, imprisoned in both body and spirit. The scandal didn't just destroy Jerry's image, it shook the entire cheerleading community to its core. Cheer fans were torn between outrage at his crimes and sorrow for a talent that had self-destructed. The Navarro team and coach Monica Aldama found themselves under a cloud of suspicion, though no evidence suggested they knew the truth beforehand. In Cheer Season 2, twin brothers, victims of Jerry, bravely spoke out, unveiling the agony they endured and their fight for justice. Jerry Harris's story is more than a personal tragedy. It's a piercing wake-up call. It raises haunting questions about the dark side of fame and the duty of celebrities to protect, not prey upon, the young who look up to them. From an idol adored by millions, Jerry has become a symbol of downfall, leaving an indelible stain on the hearts of his audience. Bobby Shmurda is a Jamaican-born rapper with artistic blood coursing through his veins. Raised in the heart of Brooklyn, the harsh rhythm of street life forged his music, a raw, ferocious drill sound that pioneered an entire generation. In 2014, his music erupted like wildfire, spreading across the globe, hinting at the rise of a superstar in the making. But that spotlight didn't last long. On December 17, 2014, just as the glow still burned bright, the NYPD struck a fatal blow. In a raid at Quad Recording Studios in Manhattan, the same place where Tupac Shakur bled in 1994, Bobby was handcuffed alongside over 14 GS9 members. Police descended like a whirlwind, ending his musical dream amid blaring sirens and flashing lights. The NYPD's months-long investigation painted a grim picture of Bobby and GS9. He was accused of being the mastermind of the gang, an organization alleged to have sown death across Brooklyn's streets. Ruthless murders, reckless gunfire into crowds, and shadowy drug deals. A 69-count indictment hung over him like a razor-sharp blade, with damning evidence. 21 seized guns and a small stash of crack cocaine coldly testifying against him. Held for over a year and a half, Bobby faced legal pressure like a mountain bearing down. Initially, he staunchly pleaded not guilty, believing the scattered evidence couldn't fully ensnare him. But just days before the trial was set to ignite, he bowed to a global plea deal. He admitted guilt to 2 charges, third-degree conspiracy and second-degree weapons possession, in exchange for a 7-year sentence instead of the maximum 15. This decision, he later revealed, was to shield Rowdy Rebel from a 12-year term, a silent sacrifice born of brotherhood. On October 19, 2016, in Manhattan Supreme Court, a suffocating tension filled the air. Bobby abruptly demanded to retract his guilty plea, shouting at Judge Abraham Klott with eyes red with fury. But the gates of justice had slammed shut. His request was mercilessly denied. With nearly 2 years already served awaiting trial, he faced roughly 5 more years behind bars, a long journey in the shadow of iron bars. In prison, from the notorious Rikers Island to the Clinton Correctional Facility in upstate New York, Bobby confronted countless challenges. In 2015, he and an ex-girlfriend were caught smuggling a makeshift knife into Rikers, an act that could have added 7 years to his sentence. By 2017, he received a 4-year sentence for possessing a shank, but fortunately, it was merged with his original term, sparing him extra time. Yet a glimmer of light shone at the tunnel's end. Thanks to good behavior, Bobby was released from Clinton on February 23, 2021, nearly 10 months ahead of schedule. Quavo, the rapper from Migos, welcomed him like a true brother, whisking him away on a private jet in a lavish display of freedom against the open sky. Out of prison, he carried the shackles of parole until February 2026, but the fire in his heart still blazed, unquenchable. With millions of fans still waiting, Bobby is more than a name. He's a symbol of rising from ashes. The road ahead is rugged and thorn-strewn, but his eyes burn with faith. From the darkness of prison, a star is reborn, resilient, proud, and ready to write the next chapter of his story, defying all prejudice and cruel fate.